So welcome on my first Excel video on my channel. I will be using as help a file in which I was writing during the learning sessions. So today I would like to speak about 3 learning sessions. The first one had 1 hour, the second one had 1 hour and 14 minutes, and the last one was 40 minutes long. However, just before this video I was recording the Polish video, and I only managed to cover the first 1 hour learning session in a 15 minutes video. So we will see how it will look like in English, because of course there are some differences. I will think differently, but we will just try to do this. So first things first, we have the ribbon on the top of the screen. There are different tabs on the ribbon, and tabs are divided into groups. So on the ribbon there is a tab named Home, and there are groups like font, alignment, and number. And in the tab called Data, there are groups like queries and connections, sort and filter, and so on. Going forward, there is the formula bar that you can write the formulas, and you accept it with enter, and delete the selection with escape. Or also you can use these 2 buttons, but to be honest, I have never used them. I always use escape or enter. The worksheet is divided into columns and rows. The columns are named with letters, and there is a little bit above 16,000 of them. And rows are numbered, and there is more than 1,048,000. If I use a shortcut Control and arrow down, then I can move to the end of the sheet. After entering data in the cell, any number, let's say, you can accept it by enter, and then you move your new active cell is the one below. You can also use Control enter, and then you accept what you have put into the cell, and the active cell is still the same one as the one you have used. The third option is to accept it with tab, and then you move to the cell on the right of the one you have used. Maybe usable when you know in which other cell you want to do something next, so it can save like milliseconds, but in the bigger scope it's of course it saves some time. If you write anything in Excel and you want to go back, you can use the arrow at the top left corner, or use the shortcut Control Z, and that also works. When it comes to filling the numbers with series, so let's say you want to do a list of numbers from 1 to 10. If you go it like that, you have 10 times written 1 in each cell. You can use here, and you can go with fill series. That's the first option. The second one that I was always using, I just learned it that way, and I just used it every time I needed a series. I was writing 1, 2, and then going down, and it worked the same, because Excel sees the gap between 2 numbers, and then if you drag it down, it will be the same for each number. But what I learned in the course, that if you have written 1, you can hold Control, and if you're in the bottom right corner of the cell, you can see 2 pluses, and then you go down and you're automatically filling the column with series. So that's also a new option that I have learned. There are basic subjects regarding to filling properly the cells. So if you have long words in a cell, and I can't think of any at the moment, so I'm looking at my notes. So let's say selecting, well, actually I don't need one number, I can use like 2, and here you have cat, let's say. So you now don't see what's here, so you have to find the gap between 2 columns, and you can see these arrows, and then you can double click, so it will fit exactly for the width of the column, or you can just drag it as much as you want. You can do it this way, but there are some there is a width that you can go, you can do more. So yeah, moving forward, formatting cells, it's basically adding some color filling in the cell. You can add some font changing of the color. You can do it bold, and that's mostly what is done. And I think it's mostly common in the top subject of the table. Moving forward, autosum or summing numbers, as any would like it to call. So let's say, yeah, let's delete these 2, and I have numbers from 1 to 10. I can use equals to sign and use the function sum, and with using the shortcut Ctrl-Shift arrow up, I can pick all of them, and here I have the sum. Of course, you can use the sign and you can add each number manually, but that takes time, and I guess it's not recommended. You can also go to the ribbon where you have tab home, and the group is called editing. In AutoSum, you click it, it already sees the whole column. You can enter, accept it, and you have the sum already. As I already mentioned, you can go back with Ctrl-Z, but you can also go forward again with Ctrl-Y. That may be also useful. With button F2, you can go into the cell, and you can now, by going with arrows, you can change the range from B1 to B10. I want to just go to B9, so excluding the 10, and enter. So F2 lets you to go into the cell. Of course, you can also go into the cell by this formula bar, but this one is just sometimes faster, is going on the keyboard. If you want to mark whole column, it is Ctrl space, and if you want to mark whole row, it's Shift space. Sometimes may be useful, maybe if you want to delete the whole row, because I don't have a different I had some process in previous workplace where I was deleting rows, and then I was sometimes doing something like this and then delete, and I guess there was some other shortcut to not only delete what's in the cells, but like to delete whole rows, and that's mostly what it was used for. There is some subject regarding how how the cursor looks in specific situations. So if you're somewhere here, you can see that there's the cursor is like the basic one in Windows, the arrow, so it lets you to pick any options that are possible in the moment. If you're on the sheet, it's like a big plus that lets you pick specific cells or pick ranges. When we're talking about some filling series, here you can have this black cross that lets you to drag something down, and if you hold it with enter, you have two pluses, and then it will let you to fill it with series. At the end, there are two more subjects I wanted to tell you. So the first one will be, let's say, countries, cities, animals. So these are some subjects, and here you may have like Poland, because I'm from Poland, let's say USA, Germany, and it may go on and on and on. I can fill it so it will be like something is happening here, right? And sometimes there is so much of it that you're scrolling down or left to right, and I can see what are the countries, right? So I always pick the cell that is below the first row, and it's first on the right from the first column, and it was called tab. So from view tab, I select freeze panes and I freeze it, and now when I'm going right, I can see all the time my first column, and when I'm going down, I still can see my first row. Very useful, because it's easy to make a file that's bigger than what you can see, and that's really cool. And at the end, I would like to tell you about printing. Of course, you can go to File and Print and choose here the options. The quicker way is to go with Ctrl P, and that's a shortcut, and here you can pick what exactly you want to print. The active sheet is the one we are working on, and that's what you can see, but I have marked only one cell here. So when I go with Ctrl P, if I want to print whole active sheet, I will print all of these, because that's the view. And if I want to print only selection, I will print only this part. And for now, that's all. We'll post the rest of the progress in another video, because we have here 13 minutes. That's a good time. So thank you, and see you soon.